Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I seriously can't believe it's time to update you guys on my Pan That palette. So if you haven't seen Pan That palette from me or anyone here on YouTube before, it's basically in the beginning of the year you pick a palette of yours that you want to try and pan. What that means is you want to try and use the product up kind of before it goes bad majority of the time. So what Pan That palette is when you pick a palette in the beginning of the year and you want to try and finish it or use as much as you can during that time frame. I started this year doing the Too Faced, what was it? I think it was the semi-sweet chocolate bar palette, and that just was getting too old. What I like to do is try and get some of the older eyeshadow palettes in for this kind of challenge or Pan That palette journey, I guess. And so those eyeshadows kind of were duds and were just too old. The pigmentation of them kind of left, so I decided to go to my next oldest, which was the Too Faced Grande Chatou palette. Now this was a Christmas holiday collection. Came in 3 little palettes like this. There was a pink, black, and a blue one. Blue one I decluttered. I didn't use the colors. They didn't kind of draw my attention or anything, so I've been working on the pink and black. I started off mainly focusing on this black one, and I have some good progress to share with you. And then I now started incorporating the pink one. Now this past month I've been trying to play with the other colors instead of the main kind of colors I've been focusing on, and I'm definitely noticing a lot of these eyeshadows are now starting to get to the older phase of their life. So I have some good update to share with you. I have hit pan on a new eyeshadow, almost hit pan in another, but we're gonna swatch these and I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. The pigmentation is just getting kind of old on this, so I have a new palette for the fall into winter time that I'm going to incorporate as well in here, since there are some eyeshadows that are just kind of donezo now. So let's get into the black one, which is the one you guys know I've been working on the most. So this is currently where I'm at. Now you can see I definitely have expanded the pan on Rendezvous and Provence. Now what I have been noticing the past couple days, because I have been wearing these shades a lot, in case you guys didn't know or forgot, I'm not trying to pan Trace Cheek and Noir. I'm not big for a black eyeshadow, so those are kind of on the back burners for that. I think my next palette has a black as well. Nope, there's not a black score. What I do like to do with black, I don't even know if I even have it. I used to do my Kat Von D Alchemist palette, which has duochromes. I like to apply that over black, but that's definitely more a fall time. For spring, summer, I like kind of neutral looks, maybe some pinks, things like that, golds, but not too much black. So, sorry, my husband just texted me. So, yes, I'm not using those 2 blacks for this challenge. I just don't reach for blacks that often. Also, Trace Cheek, or Trace Chick, however you want to say it, has black sparkles in the eyeshadow, so it has a lot of fallout, which I'm not a big fan of. And I don't even know if my camera has some eyeshadow on it, maybe. Anyway, so a Rendezvous I have been using on my crease. I have it in my crease today. Provence, honestly guys, I'm gonna stop using. It is a purple shade, but it has so much fallout now, hardly any pigmentation. That's the color on my finger, but when I apply it to my eyes, it just kind of fades away. And throughout the day, it doesn't last anymore. So I'm not using that shade anymore. It's kind of done for me. It's just not worth trying to apply that in my eyes and build it up. Rendezvous is a pretty good shade for me still. I don't know how well you can see this. That's it swatched to my finger, and then next to it, it doesn't have a good showing up power either, but it's a good shade for me for a transition color for my eyebrows, for my lids. What am I saying? I don't even know. Okay, and I am still using Trace Fab every now and then, the blush. It is still relatively light and pink, but I can build it up, so I've been using that. So honestly, from the black palette now, I'm only using Rendezvous and Trace Fab. Now, will I not declutter, depot these. That is definitely the plan. Honestly though, I just want to finish Rendezvous and then I'll try to depot the blush into my Z palettes, but right now I'm just going to keep it in the palettes. Hopefully this next month I can finish Rendezvous and that black one will be out of my collection and decluttered. Okay guys, so here's the big pink palette, and here's where I'm at on this one. So as you can see, I have hit pan now in Amour, and I'm so close in the pink shade Fleur, or Flower. I think it's Fleur. So I've been working on those two. The other ones I kind of really haven't been using either. The bronzer I've been trying to use, and I'll show you guys. Here. It doesn't show up on my skin, like at all. Maybe it has some gold flecks to it, but that's gone. So I'm going to show you guys Fleur. Like I said, it's all over the lid. And that one still has some pretty good pigmentation on it. Then I have the Jetami, which is that shade right there. I don't mean to be making you guys off. And that's a lot pinker of a shade, if you guys can tell. Those two are still in good condition. So the top three I am going to try and finish this year. Now going into the bottom, this is Moi, and it looks pretty good on the finger, but swatched it kind of looks like a muddy mess to me, and you can't see it very well. It would be right here if you can see it. So I'm not going to try and use Moi or Moi. So then next is Sherry and Toot Sweet. I'm going to do the other hand. There's Sherry. So that one looks pretty good. And then Toot Sweet. That one looks good. So that kind of helps me know that Moi or Moi, however you want to say it, has definitely developed hard pan. I can probably scratch it off. Again, guys, I have so much eyeshadow in my collection. I'm not going to force myself to try and use a shade that I really haven't used in however long this palette's been out. Now let's see if I even have a sticker for it. Nope. So yeah, so right now this is my concentration, and I'm going to use the top three, bottom two. A bronzer is gone, and Moi, I'm not really going to use that either. So that overall is kind of where I'm at on the Too Faced Le Grande Chatou palette. And again, I'm going to try and use those. Like I mentioned, for the fall, winter time, I am going to start incorporating another eyeshadow palette. And this one I'm really excited to use. I loved using it when I first got it. Had a lot of controversy here on YouTube. If you know which palette I'm talking about, leave it down below in the comments. But Too Faced Subculture palette. I'm really excited to pull this baby back out. These shades used to be pigmented. I haven't pulled this out in quite a bit. I have used Adorn lately and really like that, but this is currently where that palette is. But I thought this would be a really great transition into fall. I can incorporate some of the lid shades in there. This definitely has a lot of mattes, so I'm really excited to start playing with this palette again coming up here on my channel. So that is my update for Pan That palette. Let me know if you guys are still doing a Pan That palette this year. Like I said, I've been dabbling in other eyeshadows, but lately, the past couple of weeks and months, I have been focusing more on just trying to get my love out of these two palettes and finish them up, especially the black one. So close, since Provence really is not good anymore. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more videos from me, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye.